I will sell you to hell herself! Kneel, wolf-kissed, and I will spare your life. Shot you a hole and fight! Die, you sack of shit!
The first fight I've had. So let's see. So far, I have to say, I feel like this is pretty, it just feels like it's an old game already. Like, it's like, cheap.
I will sell you to hell herself! Kneel, wolf-kissed, and I will spare your life. Shot you a hole and fight! Die, you sack of shit!
So, I went with the Berserker difficulty, which is not the highest. Let's see.
I'll stay.
Which may be a mistake. Because this game feels really it's just not smooth at all. I mean, the cinematic stuff, because honestly, I feel like I'm playing Skyrim again. And that game, you know, as much as everyone in this world loves it, and I love it, and loved it,
You to hell herself!
you know, it's not a very good game in one of these games. Oh, what the heck?
Shot you a hole and fight!
Oh, then take this soul!
Die, you sack of shit!
Yeah. Okay, and press that to consume the health ration.
Won't survive! Fool!
The other thing I'm noticing is that a lot of the actions are pretty non-responsive. I mean, I've been playing Witcher 3 a lot lately, and I don't feel like I have that problem at all playing this game. I typically been playing on the ultra high def, you know, settings.
Kneel, wolf-kissed, and I will spare your life. Shot you a hole and fight! Die, you sack of shit!
Stop telling me that.
Open! Open!
Okay, so I guess you kind of have to, like, be careful with your stamina. Because... So I wonder how that will impact how long some of these fights are going to take, because each attack does less damage. Okay, so maybe you'll see what I mean here.
Father, you should have held on to this until the bitter end.
If I give my life, will you spare my clan?
Venom, no! Pick up your axe!
Kill them all!
No!
It just feels like a game that hasn't aged very well. And I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I guess, I don't know, I kept seeing people say they didn't like that very much. And you know, the story itself probably wasn't the best, but felt like the gameplay and the graphics were very exceptional for an Assassin's Creed game. Like, I was pretty impressed with those compared to all the other ones I'd played.
Abel, are you bewitched? Unbind us!
What? Oh,
This,
yes, of course.
so far, I'm very underwhelmed.
Thank you
Well
so
fought,
much.
Wolf-Kissed. Even if your wits were somewhat rattled.
Listen here. If you can breathe, you can fight. Now come, we take back our
You
ship.
do not need to tell us twice.
Keep watch on my back! I'll pluck your eyes!
Come, bloodbag!
They've been fortified.
I don't know, and I really like this one. I was stoked, you know, to get a Viking game, good Viking storyline.
Listen here. If you can breathe, you can fight. Now come, we take back our ship.
You do not need to tell us twice.
Alright.
Keep the dog chasing its tail.
Yeah.
Take points!
Knock your spine.
So a lot of this is pretty... a lot of chaos in the game. I honestly have a hard time telling who with me and who isn't. So I'm legitimately, like when I was standing, I was just smashing buttons because
Don't fall for any traps.
like once I had attacked them, that their health bar should have going before that. Like just now, right?
Throw the dog off stride.
So I didn't know that that was an enemy. And I don't know if you guys caught that, but the first one was that person that ran up behind me. Would like to find some health rations. If there are any.
No waking this one.
The transition from these lighted areas to dark areas, like when I went in and out of that hut, is another one. The transition is definitely not smooth, and you are very blind for a second there. And it wouldn't let me broadcast with the Ultra HD settings, so I have changed that for the broadcast, but that wasn't the same. So far, I'm not a huge fan. I probably... I just downloaded this tonight. I have never done a return for a downloaded game. And I'm unfamiliar with that process. They let you do it.
grab your oars. The whale road leads us home.
Gods, it's about time!
Stop yapping and start rowing.
More sail!
Rather silent, Eivor. Anything to say for the mess you led us to?
We suffered no losses in this fight, and the men who humiliated us are dead. What is there to say?
Oh, something like, I was stupid, selfish, reckless, blind, bone-headed, and I smell like blood and shit?
I like my version better.
The sailing. This, I mean, it feels less advanced
Someone
than
is setting up an outpost on that island.
Shot of his men.
Black
gnawing
Flag.
at a piece of open land like dogs worrying at home.
Even with you half in the grave, we could easily take them.
Let's sail! Check it in!
Sing the blood song!
Take you.
Or they haunt you! Go meet your god! Can't strike more! Stick with me! Almost there! My friend.
We're done here. Come on!
I've got you.
Die!
I know I definitely got killed a lot there in those first couple of fights, but all of that was pretty easy. I won't say, like, if you played Assassin's Creed 3, have that little red dot over someone whenever they were about to attack you. And that kind of, you could time all of your parries off of that. And, I mean, you could fight tons of enemies and not take any damage because of the way that game notified you. I won't say it's that easy. But the fighting system here so far has been pretty boring. There's no civilization. But it does make climb things. Oops. Wasted all those rations I just found. So that was stupid. Ah, here we go.
Need to row our way up.
Sail out! Sail down!
Can't raise the sail yet.
Let the sail out! Sail! Catch the wind!
Jotva will come for us now, harder and stronger than before.
No surprise there. This war has spun on for 3 generations. I hardly expect him to relent.
Your hatred for that man burns bright, wolf-kissed. I could warm my balls on it.
Would you not prefer a pair of sealskin breeches?
Just take care. Such hatred can make you careless. What he did to your father, he did to all of us. You are not in this fight alone. King Styrbjorn will scold you for setting out against his wishes.
Of course you will.
Is that not something you worry over?
I worry only that our king will not see that I'm right. Until it's too late.
What about Sigurd? What would he say?
If Sigurd were here, he would be sitting beside you, wiping the blood from his axe and smiling into the breeze.
And what will you tell our king about this misadventure?
Only the truth. That we attacked Jotva's fortress, killed his men, and weakened his control of this land.
Will you mention the part where you lost your crew and were nearly sold as a thrall? Will that be part of your saga?
If there's a skull who dares sing that verse, it will be his last song.
So I don't know, maybe... Maybe the budget wasn't there for this game.
Well, well, the feeder of ravens returns, and not half dead.
Or maybe they were trying to rush to capitalize on
We thought we had lost you, Eivor.
obsession
For
of
good this time.
Vikings.
A warm welcome as always, Landry.
And so it's like
You look like reddened shit. What happened?
75% complete
except
game.
Say the men who delayed us are dead. And
Well
how are
enough.
you?
Though I have spent many tiresome days calming the rages of our king, he is not happy with you.
I expected as much.
I mean, yeah, like the mouth movements and
Sigurd?
stuff, like
Has he
that's when I
returned from his
kind of get the
race?
Skyrim, these cinematic
My husband should be home
scenes is where I
today.
get the Skyrim
The last
feeling,
we
like,
heard,
just
he was approaching
pretty
Stavanger.
poorly
Good to hear.
done.
We have need of his courage.
Sigurd will not save you from his father's wrath, Eivor. You should know that by now.
Did your raid not go as planned?
They rarely go as planned. But we killed many of Kjotve's warriors. And there was this. My father's axe among the dead.
Ah, after so many years. You should take it to Gunnar. He will give it back its edge.
A good idea. After I see our king.
That I do not advise. Not yet. He is meeting with a messenger from the north.
I can wait.
A cloud hangs over you. Is something
Well,
wrong?
I really think that's it.
Seeing
I
my
think
father's
I'm
axe after 17
getting ready to
winters
transfer,
It
get my money back.
stirred something in me.
This,
A feeling I've not had since the day he was killed. Since the day I got this.
so poorly done.
Memories of past agonies. Of sadness and pain.
I should speak with Valka. She could help me make sense of my feelings.
Take your time getting settled. I will see you at the Longhouse.
I think you have lost your edge, Eivor.
I mean, it's
just
been
like that
probably
axe.
6 months
Maybe Gunnar
since
can
I've
help you with
played
both.
I will let
Assassin's
you
Creed
know.
Odyssey, so I could be misremembering that. But there is no way that this game has better graphics and is better than Odyssey in any way. Odyssey, I didn't really have any complaints over the mechanics. It was very smooth. The storyline was kind of boring, but the actual game mechanics and the graphics were smooth, and it all worked well. It didn't get all this like glitchy crap going on. Seriously, it feels like I'm playing a 10-year-old game, you know, or something. So, anyways, you've listened to me ho and hum and repeat myself for the past 35 minutes, but all in all, this game is pretty sucky, and I do not recommend it, and I'm really disappointed. I think that I've owned almost every Assassin's Creed game. I think I've got all except 2 of them, and I've played all except 2 of them, and this is by far the worst one. Overall, I don't know. Maybe I'll go look, and
Eivor,
maybe if I
looking
can
rough you
return
are.
it
Welcome
after a
home.
couple days or something.
Eivor,
I'll
Did you bring
play
us
it for a
any
I
few
treasure?
more
returned with a
hours,
boat
but
and a full crew.
I'm pretty
It's worth
disappointed
more
in
than
this.
silver.
Not
That
worth
doesn't
60
count.
bucks.
You need silver and jewels.
And
Shut up,
I don't know
Ralph.
if it's even
How do
worth
you
less than
know?
that, because I
You
don't
never
think
went
it's a
on a
good, a
raid.
well enough done game that
Just
I would
shut up.
actually play it. Like, there's too much about it that bothers me. Like even him
Hello,
running
Eivor.
around, this seems very. Let's just go climb around for a second and see what